This week on the season premiere of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Myself,
Okay.
let's be very honest.
Listen to me.
And let's actually really talk about real stuff. So go on, tell me. That's what
You
made
literally
get
don't
in
even
that
act like
close?
yourself right now. What? I don't know what's going on with you.
Because I'm not going to put up with this anymore, Kyle. I'm not.
Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Season 14, Episode 1. Let's get right into this. You guys, we are so back with Beverly Hills. Who doesn't love The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills? They are for sure one of the best housewife franchises. And I'm really excited that the show is back. It never disappoints. And this premiere definitely didn't disappoint. The fact that this was episode 1, but let's get right into it. Okay. By the way, they finally changed the graphics. They updated them about time after so long. So they start with some B footage of all the women, and then the first scene is Sutton going over to her good friend's house, Jennifer Tilly, who is going to be a friend of the show this season. Jen Tilly is a great actress, and she looks like a really super great person. I love her energy. So they're talking about Sutton's kids and what they're up to. Her daughter's in law school. Then Sutton talks about a party that she's throwing. She still has the inspiration by their trip that they took to Spain and her love of art. So she thought of Salvador Dali, the Spaniard artist who was really the founder of Surrealism art. And I actually really like that idea because I love Surrealism art and I love all these different cool types of art. Sutton also tells Jennifer that upon further reflection and just having time to think about it, she realizes that maybe she wasn't the best of friends as she could have been towards Kyle last year when she was going through the separation. And she also realizes that she misses her. So that's something that she's really been thinking about. The next scene is Erika and Dorit at a store. Erika wants to buy some stuff for her house. When she left the mansion that she lived in with Tom, she did take some furniture from that mansion into the new house, and she feels like in order to fully close that chapter in her life, she should get rid of all of that furniture and get new one to kind of get rid of all that energy and stuff. And I get it, and I would also feel more comfortable knowing that my furniture is not I would feel much more comfortable knowing that my furniture is not what could have maybe have been bought by victims' money. I'm just saying. Dorit then tells Erika that she needs to tell her something. She says, PK and I have separated. And Erika is shocked. She says that she feels sad, she wants to cry, which is funny only because Erika kind of manifested this at BravoCon and said that PK and Dorit were the next couple to head to Splitsville. Dorit says that they've had a couple of hard years, they've had a lot of issues, and Erika can relate. Dorit says that it got very toxic and that PK would start to get very drunk after their problems. But at the reunion, Dorit had said that her and PK were, quote, better than ever. So Erika and all of us are kind of confused what happened between the reunion and then. She says that there wasn't anything major that happened, like an infidelity or anything like that, but they just sat down and talked about it and came to an agreement. That doesn't really make a lot of sense. I kind of get it, but for you to have said at the reunion, we're better than ever, it's like, were you lying then or are you lying now? Dorit tells Erika that she is the first person who she has shared this news with, and Erika says, okay, well, I'm about to go meet up with Kyle after this. Do you want me to tell her or not? And Dorit says, yeah, don't tell her. Like, I would appreciate if you didn't tell her anything because Kyle and her are not really in a good place. So then we see Kyle. She shares that her husband, Mauricio, has moved out, as well as one of her daughters. And she says that ever since he left, she struggles to do a lot of things, like even turning on the TV. But her house is also very quiet at times because it's sometimes just her and her youngest daughter sometimes. So it's a really big change of the lifestyle that she had. So then Erika comes over and she tells Kyle that she just left the store with being with Dorit. So Kyle is mad at Dorit. She's mad because when she saw the reunion live, like when it was actually airing, She saw that Dorit had read a message that Kyle sent her out loud. So Kyle sort of sees this as some sort of betrayal. Dorit, on the other hand, feels like Kyle downplayed their friendship and that she hasn't been a good friend to her. So Erika is now sort of stuck in the middle of this with Kyle and Dorit. Kyle says that Dorit has changed a lot, and Dorit claims that Kyle is actually a master manipulator. But I think it's very clear that Kyle's anger towards Dorit stems from Dorit liking Kathy. And this is typical Kyle Richards, jealous of her sisters. She couldn't handle the fact that Dorit liked Kathy, so she held that against her and had a lot of resentment. She even claims that she was mad about an answer that Dorit gave at a BravoCon, but it was like such an innocent answer, but Kyle made it into this big deal. Moving along, we see Garcelle Beauvais. Oliver, her son, goes to see her. She's currently in Atlanta and she is busy with two movies. One is a sequel to the first movie about the girls that go missing, and then the other one is about her playing a chef that falls in love with a guy that's way younger than her. It's like a romantic movie. Oliver also has a new girlfriend. And I was just happy for Garcelle that she's busy with these movies. I believe that they already came out. I remember seeing the trailer and I've been wanting to watch that movie about her and the young guys. So maybe I'll watch it this weekend. I'll see if it's on demand. Okay, so then we see the headlines. The breaking news that shocked the world. No, I'm just kidding. But they show when Dorit and PK put out their separation announcement public on social media. So they show kind of all the women on the show reading and reacting to the news with all this dramatic music. And it was pretty funny as all the women are kind of reacting. They showed Dorit driving with this cigarette. I was like, okay, okay. Dorit then goes to Kathy Hilton's house. Dorit lets herself in, and Kathy is like sitting in some chair, plugged into some things. Her glam is doing her makeup. I don't know what was going on there. So I also didn't realize they were that close, but it looks like they are. They talk about separation. Kathy says, "But do you love him?" And Dorit says, "Yes, of course, but he needs to be willing to do the work." And Dorit says that he was having a sober coach, and then she calls him. She says that he was a full blown alcoholic, that they don't have sex. Also, she kind of says that the idea to separate was PK's. So we actually see PK and Mauricio, just the two of them. PK looked upset. Both of them are sort of on the same boat. Mauricio's sitting there talking about, oh, you gotta enjoy the journey. Yeah, we know you're enjoying the journey, okay? PK says that they won't say anything to the kids, and Dorit had also said this to Kathy. They won't say anything to the kids, but the kids are pretty grown though. I mean, 8 and 10 years old. Yeah, you kids definitely know what's going on. And PK says that when he got sober, it's when he realized that they were like eating each other alive during arguments. And he says that Dorit is not a good listener. So based on both of these conversations, it's clear that there are many problems. I don't know these people, but I just get the impression that they are both problematic and they're probably both very annoying. But I do feel like Dorit has put up with a whole lot when it comes to PK. So then it is the day for Sutton's Surrealist art party. Also, by the way, Kyle did reach out to PK after the announcement, but not Dorit. The outfits and the decorations were amazing. I actually really like Dorit's outfit. Now, I don't know why everyone's making such a big deal about it. Sutton and Garcelle were shading Dorit's outfit. But you guys, that is pretty surrealist. There's like a famous surrealist painting with a girl who has a huge disc on her head and then there's planets behind her. Never mind, but trust me, y'all, it is. And we are introduced to Bose, who is the new housewife. And this woman is a boss. She was the chief marketing officer at Netflix, Uber, Apple Music, Beats. I mean, how cool is that? And she looks totally down to earth. She clicked with Dorit right away. They literally just met and they're like confiding with each other about their marriages. Dorit separating, Bose being a widow. It was really nice to see them get along really nice. Garcelle got there. Dorit is still kind of mad at her because Garcelle had insinuated that the robbery might have been staged. Now we all thought that, Dorit, so you're going to have to get over that. Kyle and Erika were sort of the last ones to get there, and they sit next to Garcelle while they're eating and they're all catching up. I like that Erika gave Garcelle her flowers. Kyle and she then opens up about the changes in her life. She then starts to talk about this girl Morgan. Remember her, the country singer that they were making it seem like her and Kyle had a lesbian relationship. Kyle doesn't even want to use her name anymore, and she says that the tabloids amplified things. I really appreciated that Garcelle was like, but you did like a whole music video with her. Because it's true, she did. Kyle made a video where they were like kissing and all that stuff. So the idea that this was like blown out of proportion, just out of nowhere, Kyle, stop. You knew it. You're not that damn dumb, okay? She then starts to cry about talking to her daughters about it, which, Kyle, always the victim. So as they're talking, here comes Dorit. Hello. She just sits down there, and then it's a very awkward. There's like silence. Oh, Kathy gets there, but as soon as she sits there, she's like freaking out and like taking off her extensions. I don't know what that was about. Sutton calls everyone to the front of the stage, and she had someone who came to sing and had some dancers. Now that was definitely interesting. Eventually, Kyle asks Dorit if they can talk, and Kyle says, "Well, first of all, I am very sorry about you and PK." And then they talk about their situations. So Kyle says, "We both have our sides on what happened between us." And Dorit says, "Well, that Amazon Live that you did was the proverbial straw that broke the camel's back. And I finally had enough of feeling that I'm tossed around, used whenever you want, thrown away. It made me feel that I have to reevaluate if we are friends." So Kyle says, "Well, if you're going to be all aggressive, then forget it, okay? I'm just trying for us to be okay." And Dorit says, "Well, it's going to take a lot more, okay? I'm fed up, and this is the BS that I'm tired of. Let's be honest about what's really going on. Let's talk about the reality of stuff." And Kyle says, "Like, what is going on? You're not acting like yourself." And Dorit says, "Because I'm not going to put up with your BS anymore." Damn. And that was the end of the episode. You guys, I was loving Dorit's attitude at this party. She wasn't caring what Kyle had to say. She wasn't going to let nobody gaslight her. She came in and said, "You're going to listen to me if you want to talk." And I appreciate that. Listen, Dorit is definitely clocking in. I've never really been a huge fan of hers, but I was a fan this episode for her standing her ground. And it was kind of all mainly focused around her. So, really great episode for it to be a premiere. I'll definitely give it a 10 out of 10. But y'all let me know what your thoughts were about this. Are y'all excited that Beverly Hills is back? Are y'all looking forward to this new season? What did you make of PK and Dorit's separation? And what do you make of Dorit and Kyle? Anything you want to tell me, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll catch y'all next time. Y'all have a great one. Bye.